So let me take you through why I'm changing the gas valve on this particular unit. So last winter, this machine would go off on high limit every once in a while. Checking the gas pressure when it was in high fire, what would happen is the gas pressure would slowly creep up over time, right? It wouldn't stay the same. It would just kind of creep up 3.6, 3.7, 3.8 over the course of, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes or so while it was running. The other problem that was found is that when we checked the total external static pressure of this machine, is that it was higher than the rating. You can see that the rating is 1 inch. Now I can't recall exactly what it was, but it was higher than that. All right, so we're going off on high limit a bit. So what I had to do was put this thing into low fire at all times because the gas pressure was stable. And the other thing we did was, because this is a zoned unit, it's all zoned downstairs, carrier controls, we brought in a carrier controls contractor to go through the zoning and the programming and everything. And they changed a few things, and they found that the bypass damper was closed and the actuator was faulty. So basically, when we're having zones closed down, our static was building inside the duct. We couldn't relieve that supply static that was building. So because of that, and because of the gas valve issue, we weren't able to run the thing in high fire. So now that the controls have been sorted out, the zone damper actuator has been replaced, we can now replace the gas valve and set the pressures up properly. Anytime you replace a part, you want to make sure that the new one and the existing or old one are the same part. You're not going to put something in that is not the same. You should also check this at the supplier, open up the box and make sure as well. I've been burned on that before. So we have two options to leak check our work. We can use an electronic device like this Inficon GasMate that picks up natural gas leaks, or we can use a non-corrosive leak detection fluid like Big Blue. So with our electronic or our leak detection fluid, we want to check everything we touch during the service. Unions are very susceptible to leaks, especially as they get older in time, I find. So make sure you check the union out really well. And the one in behind here, we're not going to be able to check that one until we have gas flow through the gas valve to the burner. Guys, I'm a one-man show and I don't want to take up too much of the time off the video. I keep organized with Jobber. If you're going into creating your own company, you're on the fence about CRM tools, I'm using Jobber currently and it's helping me out. This is a subbed out job from a larger commercial company. I keep all of the addresses organized and all the billings organized with Jobber for this one particular company, and all my other customers as well too. But because they have multiple addresses, you can enter all those addresses and pick and choose the address you're at, create the work, your line items, bill them out and invoice them, and it takes all minutes to do all this stuff. So if you guys are looking for a CRM tool, you want to go out on your own, or you haven't gone from paper to a digital way of invoicing and dispatching and stuff like that, check out Jobber, guys, because it really helps me out. I'll leave a link in the summary of this video. Those new to electronic leak detection devices, a real way that you can gain some confidence in your device is to go and recheck with bubbles, right? Because that is something that you've used and got used to over time. And the other thing is, if you're doing a big system, right, you're going to use that electronic. It's probably easier, more efficient, faster to use your electronic. And then when you find it with the electronic, verify with bubbles afterwards. So our next step now is to verify operation. So there is our tap back there. We'd add a fitting and a tube to connect to our dual port manometer. And here is our high and our low adjustment taps.
Last call, swear this will be my last call. Another ring, line 'em up and down to